Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have an Anime Dimensions tier list of every raid character. Let's get right into it. First up, we have Esper, who's going right into A rank because he has good raid damage, he has pretty good AoE too, and his first 3 moves do not lock him in place, making him pretty good for dungeons. Next up, we have Black Asta, who we're putting in S rank because he has really good damage in raids, like amazing damage for a raid character. He has a dash move, making him pretty alright for Dimensions, and he has some pretty alright AoE to complement that dash move, also being good for Dimensions. Cosmic Garo is up next. We're going to be putting him in A rank because he's a good assist for both raids and infinite mode, and he's a really good main for time challenge. However, he does fall short being a bad main for both raids and dungeons, so he's basically assist only except for time challenge. 100% Deku is next up on the list. By the way, you should have noticed I added another row. That's my bad. I forgot to add that before. But either way, he's going right up into D rank. He has good AoE, don't get me wrong, but he has mid damage and his third move does not do damage, which seriously holds him back. Next up on the list is Denji, aka Chainsaw Man, who we're putting in D rank along with Deku, because he has very bad damage and very mid AoE, which makes him pretty much good for nothing. The next character on the list is Dio, who we're gonna put right above Esper in A rank, because he has some really good damage, and he has a move that resets other moves, which is always appreciated on a character, and he has some pretty decent AoE. His AoE isn't the best, but it is good enough to hit quite a few enemies in a large area. Next up is Eren, who's going right into D rank. He has very bad damage. In my opinion, his AoE is also pretty bad. His fourth move takes way too long, and he's overall just pretty bad. I can't believe I spent like days grinding to get him. It's very shocking he used to be meta. Next up on the list is Esdeath, who is going in A tier right above Garo. She does give the same assist buff as Garo. However, at the same time, she is also a better main with raid damage, so she gets put in A tier. Next up on the list is Gear 5 Luffy, who is going right in B tier. This is because he has a very mid assist buff of only 15% attack, and his damage is overall very mid, and his awakening, in my opinion, his awakening sucks. There's no other way to put it. It just sucks. Next up on the list is Infinity Gojo, which we're gonna put in A rank because he has really good damage in raids, really good AoE, and his 1 and 2 attacks are spammable, which makes it really good. Ichigo is up next, and I'm gonna be real, he's going right in C rank. He has mid damage, his first attack is extremely weak, and he has very alright AoE. So C rank he goes. Okay, so look, Katakuri, I don't gotta explain it much. He's going right in collect for collection points. Do not get this character unless you desperately want those collection points. He has awful damage, and his attacks are so slow, it's painful. It's very painful to even look at. Jotaro can honestly go in C tier. Now, I know that only his third move actually locks him in place, and he can spam his attacks. However, he has just such low damage that it just holds him back entirely, which kind of just separates him from Dio. Now, the most I'm willing to give Kirito is a B tier rank. He does have a lot of iframes, a lot of mobility, and his assist is pretty overall decent since he has a lower cooldown than Garo and Esdeath. However, he just has such low damage that it's not worth it. Levi is going right up in B tier. He has a pretty mid assist and very bad AoE, and just like every other character under A tier, some very awful damage. Mashle is going right up in A tier because he has very quick attacks, he has some decent AoE, and he has overall very high damage compared to the rest of the raid characters. Mihawks is going right up in B tier. His fourth move kind of just sucks quite a bit, and he just overall has some pretty mid damage, so B tier he goes. Mitsuri is going right up in D tier. Honestly, her third move does no damage whatsoever, like literally it does not do any damage, and her other 3 moves don't make up for it. Mob is going right up in A tier above Dio and Esper. Now, I would give him S tier, however, his attacks are too slow for all the damage to actually be worth it, so these slow attacks basically hold him back from S tier. Ultra Instinct Goku is going right up in B tier. You can spam his attacks, he has a lot of mobility, but his damage is too low and you can't aim the third move, so those 2 issues hold him back quite a bit from A tier. Beast Naruto is going to go right up in A tier. He has a pretty decent awakening and some good AoE. However, his assist buff isn't the best, and he has some pretty long cooldowns, so that's preventing him from being better than any character listed above him. Naruto Six Paths is going right in the collect for collection points. Honestly, he is one of the 3 worst raid characters here. do not get him. He has no AoE, and he has extremely low damage. It's not worth it, guys. Before I continue this video, make sure to subscribe to the Patreon. It's only $1, and you get to see videos 3 days early, and you also get the ability to vote for my next video whenever I set up a poll. Anyway, back to the video, enjoy. Obito is going right in D rank. His second and fourth moves take too long to justify the small, pitiful damage they do, and overall he just doesn't do enough damage. Rengoku is going right up in B tier because at least his assist could be used even if it isn't so great. As a main, he has very little damage and almost all of his attacks have no AoE whatsoever. Rin is going right up in B tier. Honestly, my only issue with him is that his fourth attack takes too long and it does too little damage to justify how long it takes. Demon Lord Rimuru is the worst character ever added to this game. Do not collect them whatsoever, only get them if you want those sweet collection points. The moves take too long and they do little to no damage. Rimuru is just single-handedly the worst raid character ever added. Don't get them. Sukuna is going right up in D tier. He has pretty bad damage, mid AoE, and no pet gain, so yeah, just that's D tier material right there. Sun God Tanjiro is going up in C tier. He has pretty bad damage until you use his fourth move, however he is useful in time challenge, and he doesn't have the worst damage overall, so I guess I could at least put him in C tier. Shanks, on the other hand, is going up in D tier. His fourth move kinda sucks, and he's only useful with a load of critical damage. Tengen is going up in B tier. He's decent with good crit chance stats, and he has pretty good mobility, however he doesn't do enough damage to be put any higher on the list. Yoriichi is going up in A tier, just below Esper and Dio. He has a good assist, he has pretty good damage on top of that, and he has some mobility skills, so he's not that bad for clearing dimensions either. Lastly, Vigilante Deku is going in S tier. He has a lot of damage. His 1 through 3 moves do not lock him in place. His 1 to 2 moves are resettable by the third move, and the third move doubles M1 damage, which all just kind of adds up to make a really good character overall. Anyway, guys, that is the tier list. Thank you for watching to the end. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord below. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. My name is Avertexfire.